Hi there, you're joining me on my long run at the end of week 10 of my 50k training block. And I'm out for 15 miles this morning. I've got picked up this pot cake who is now running with me. This is not my dog. He's been hanging around on the beaches around here for the last couple of weeks. She joined me on one of my runs last week too. She's actually a pretty good running companion. This is a pretty good test run for my actual 50k because this is the route I'll be doing and also the tide I'll be doing and roughly the time I would be doing. I left a little bit late, so wouldn't be quite sunrise or this light just yet, but I'm about half an hour later than I will be for the actual 50k. But I'm excited to put the route together and see how it works with going on and off beaches as well. This week I feel like I got back on track with my training for the 50k after not running Sunday after the 5-mile race, but I then picked it up a bit for my Monday, Wednesday runs and managed to do workouts Tuesday, Thursday. So I'll fill you in with those and catch up in a bit. It's Monday. I'm fighting the daylight. I couldn't get out this morning because there were thunderstorms, so I've come out this evening and got about an hour before it's going to be sunset. But I brought my head torch. So 8 miles, take about an hour and a half, hour and 40. Happy to be out training again for the 50k. Okay, I realise that's not true at all. I've got about 15-20 minutes before sunset, but I think about 40 minutes before it's dark, and I think there's a pretty big moon. Shouldn't be too bad. My ankle's not feeling good at all after the 5-mile race, but everything else feels okay. And actually, I kind of tweaked the ankle on my bike ride yesterday, so it's not even as though not running would help much. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm sure it's not helping, but doing other things, just walking around daily life and cycling seems to just be just as likely to tweak it as doing these runs where I'm kind of paying attention and just running in a kind of gentle straight line. It's not too technical. So I'm about a mile and a half in. My plan was to run really slow and steady, keep it really zone 2, but I'm kind of keen to get home and have my dinner. So I'm picking up the pace a tiny bit, and I don't want to be running too long in the dark. So it's probably going to be a solid zone 3 run. Just over 3.5 miles. Not long till the turnaround. I just realised this is the first run that I've done on this training block where the temperature is actually going to be getting cooler as I'm running. It's normally rapidly increasing. So that's one nice thing. Actually, it's nice running in the evening anyway. And quite cloudy, breezy. It's not a bad temperature at all. Just a tiny bit humid. So that's 6 miles. Head torch is out. First time in a while. This took some getting used to. It's Wednesday, 7 miles, hopefully zone 2, taking it easy and hopefully missing the rain. It's raining, but lightly at the moment. And luckily no thunder or lightning. We had the most insane lightning and thunder on Monday morning when I missed my Monday run. Luckily not that. I don't like running in the rain, but I really can't make the excuse not to run just for this. I spoke too soon. It's quite heavy now. That cloud up there is going to get me. I thought it was brightening up, but nah, it's not working. It's Thursday. I'm finishing off my run from yesterday where the rain caught me. I still did about 6.25 miles, but I'm going to do a couple of miles now to make up for it and add a little bit. So I think I'll feel a bit more confident about my 15-mile run at the weekend. So much nicer without the crazy rain. I would like to push the pace a tiny bit and just keep at the pace I want to do for the 50k, which is just going to be just over 11-minute miles, because my average pace for the last 50k I did was 11:15, so it'd be nice to match or beat that. So that'll be slightly out of my zone 2. Okay, I kind of got distracted taking thumbnails and trying different camera angles because it's so pretty on the beach. So I got totally distracted with filming stuff and didn't really run. And now I really have to go back because I've got to get ready for my workout. But anyway, I'll have covered my 15 miles during the week, which should qualify me for a 15-mile long run. Again, not quite sure that 2 long runs rather than spread out a little bit more with slightly shorter runs would be better, but that's what I could fit in. And then I've got to figure out when I'm going to do my long run with all family commitments and stuff over the weekend. Catch up with you later. Thursday, my car wouldn't start, so I did a workout at home. I'm struggling with Bulgarian split squats because I strained my quad a couple of weeks ago doing these, going a bit too low, so I took these quite easy. I'm still struggling a bit with mobility in my left ankle, so I can't go too low on my squats. I'm watching the Cocodona 250 live stream on the TV there. Monster walks. These are much harder than they look. And crab walks. I struggle a bit with calf raises because I had a sore ball of my foot on the right side for a while, and then it's hard on my left side because of my ankle problems. I find these quite hard and awkward. I try to do as many things single leg as possible to help with running. So this was the last exercise. I did everything for 10 reps, 3 sets, and took it quite easy so that I was ready for my long run the next day on Friday. So that was my week, and it's now Friday. I could have done with a rest day, but with things going on at the weekend and with the tide happening to match exactly with my start time, I figured I should just get it done today and then maybe do some bike riding or something over the Saturday and Sunday. I'm trying to go steady at this bit, but also I'm kind of appreciating that it's going to get much hotter. There's not much wind, and I know this second part of this run's going to be much harder, so I am pushing it a tiny bit for this first bit, a little more than I planned. And I'm testing out my trail shoes. I don't really need trail shoes for this run because it's not very technical, but I've been having trouble with my ankle and I wonder whether trail shoes are going to give a bit more support. We'll see. I thought my pot cake had gone to some houses, but she's way down there. I don't know if she's still trying to follow me. Can you see her? Oh, is she still trying to come? Oh. I just got 2 bugs in my eye, one after another. I put my sunglasses on. I washed it out with water from my bladder, but oh, it's so sore. My running companion's back. Oh, where'd she go? Oh, she's sniffing something in the bush. Anyway, she caught up with me while I was faffing around with my eye. So the charity that I want to fundraise for the 50k is the charity that helps potcakes and stray dogs like her around the Bahamas. It's called Bark. So I'm going to be setting up a GoFundMe for that soon. Over the weekend, actually. She looks pretty well cared for. It's pretty chunky and her fur looks pretty good. We rescued a dog nearly 2 years ago now, and Bark helped us get her to the vet. She'd been knocked over by a car, broken leg, and she's now a family dog. Doesn't look that different to this one, actually. But I think they're all related in some way around this area. I keep missing her on the camera. 4.5 miles. My eye feels okay. I still have my running buddy. And my ankle doesn't feel great, but otherwise, yeah, all good. I'm trying to eat a little bit more on this run. Trying to get over 60 grams of carbs an hour. I've got tailwind, fresh water, got my wraps with peanut butter jelly, peanut butter, Nutella. I've got my candy, my sour candy, got some crackers. I put it all in kind of 20-gram containers, all the stuff that I've brought, and then measured out the tailwind and got a couple of gels. So hopefully I'll be able to calculate all what I managed to eat when I get home and see if I managed to hit that 60 plus grams an hour. I don't know, I sometimes struggle to do. Sunrise. It's going to get really hot now. 5 miles. All okay so far. I'm a little worried about my plan to run back along the beach. It's going to be quite exposed to that sun. And still got my running companion. She's been drinking out the puddles because it rained 2 days ago. Not great for dogs, but I think she's used to it. I'm going to give her some of my water in a second because she's come so far. I've been trying to work out how my next kind of 4 weeks are going to look. Maybe 3 weeks if I do a 3-week taper. I don't have that long to get some long runs in, and I was hoping to get up to a 19-mile long run, but not sure I'm going to quite get there. I'm trying to work out the kind of 10% increase for each week. This week I will have run, if I get to the end of this, I will have run about 30 miles. And next week I'd really like to go a bit further than 16 miles for my long run. I was hoping to add extra easy running at this point, but I'm wondering if I should just play it safe and not risk irritating my injuries. So stick to just the 3 runs a week. Do the Monday and Wednesday run, make that add up to my long run. I think that will be my plan for next week. And I'm not really doing any speed work, but I do include sprints when I do the group workout on a Tuesday. Often on a bike or some very short running sprints. So hopefully that counts. It's not a proper speed session, but hopefully enough to get me through this. And now I'm not doing the mountain ultra. I don't have to worry about the hill sprints or the hill training, which is huge. Coming up to 7 miles. This is the extra bit that I scoped out last Sunday. This is really pretty. I was excited about this bit this morning. 8 miles. Everything hurts. My hamstring, my ankle. Oh my gosh. Really needed a rest day before this. And I'm struggling to get the wraps in. Really don't want to eat them. And they were a big source of my carbs for this run. So I'm going to have to rethink that for my next long run. Gels are good. And the tailwind's good. And I managed some candy and some crackers. So hopefully I'll at least hit 60 grams an hour. Nice breeze. But it's going to be really warm on the beach on the way back, and I really do want to run on the beach. But I don't know if that's going to be kind of balanced out by the sun, but I want to test it. Coming up to 10 miles, and I just ran out of water in my bladder on my back, and that was where all my fresh water was in the bottles. I've still got water, but it's got the tailwind in, and quite concentrated tailwind that was supposed to be mixing with the fresh water in my bladder, so it's going to be tough. 10 miles, nice and shady. I lost my running companion a few miles back. I think he maybe went to a restaurant back there. When I ran with her before, she seemed to know where the fancy resorts and fancy restaurants were, and that's where she ditched me, so I think she knows where to get her food from. Really could do with some water. I'll make it. Alright, 3 mile beach run back home. It's not too bad on the beach, but it's pretty exposed for the sun. And that only takes me to 14 miles. I have to then do an extra mile or half mile out and back. Bit of a bust really, fuel-wise, because I really don't fancy eating anything without the water. Alright, last half a mile. I'm so thirsty and so dead. I had to run past my house which is so hard. Now I'm going to get back and drink loads of water. I'll catch you next week.